Hey guys, so today I am going to, well, I've already done it, but I'm going to show you my attempt at some nail art, which is not something that I usually do. I'm not like a nail art person because I don't have a lot of confidence in my skills. I can't draw, I can't like color inside the lines, so nail art always seemed like something that was really out of reach for me. And it really isn't, because there's a lot of really simple ways to do cool looking nail art that don't require like being able to draw things freehand. So I'm trying to get a little bit more into that. So a couple of weeks ago I was contacted by Maniology and they wanted to send me some stuff, and I thought that that was a really good opportunity to try to work on some nail art. I wanted to try reverse stamping, which is where you kind of like color in the stamping image and then stamp it onto your nails so it looks a little bit more than just a black outline or a colored outline, whatever. I'm actually really happy with how it turned out. It started and kind of went into the middle as kind of a disaster, not because of the products. I just want to reiterate, not because of the products, but just because like I'm very clumsy. But it turned out really good. I'm actually really happy with how it turned out. So I'm going to show you my attempt here in a second, but I want to talk a little bit about the stuff that Maniology sent me first. So the main thing that I'm using in the video is this Bloomin' Babe starter kit. This is a stamping starter kit, so it has your stamper, your scraper, a couple of plates, and then a couple of polishes in it as well. And you'll see this a little bit more in depth in the video because this is what I use. But they did also send me a couple of other stamping plates. I have this one, which I actually probably should have used in the video, but this is the M026, which is a little more like nature and floral themed. And then I also picked out the Kelly Marissa BMXL213, which has a lot of like celestial heavenly body themed images on it. They also sent their top and base coat, which I will show you in my not tutorial. They also sent a full nail polish collection, which is their Fairy Tales polish collection. So I have this kind of on standby. I'm planning on doing a swatch and review video on this when I get a chance, but I will link everything down below. They also gave me an affiliate code for 10% off, so I will have everything down in the description box. And I hope you guys are ready for a really out of control, slightly disastrous attempt at nail art. I will get into it. I'm very nervous. I don't know why I'm so nervous about this. So I have this stamping starter kit from Maniology. This is the Bloomin' Babe kit. This has a couple of floral stampers in it. Floral stampers. See, I don't know what I'm talking about. A couple of floral stamping plates in it. And then we've got a scraper and a clear stamper and a couple of polishes. So I'm going to attempt to do some reverse stamping, because why would I start out at a beginner level when I don't know how to do this? Let's just go do advanced stuff. So I put on this Maniology sticky base coat. They sent it and it was here, so I thought, what the heck, why not try it? And then I have 2 coats of Essie Blanc. And now I'm looking at everything I have in front of me and I feel like I probably shouldn't have done a white base, but you know, it is what it is. So here we go. Also, this looks really bad today and I don't understand why this looks worse now than it did a week ago. I literally took a chunk out of my finger with the nail on my other hand while trying to break 2 frozen dumplings apart. Like, that's what happened. It was the dumbest thing ever. Okay, here we go. So I was thinking I would take these flowers here. This is the Maniology M019, and I would try to do some reverse stamping with these, which is not something that I've ever done, and I've only done regular stamping like one time. My other option was I was gonna do some kind of like galaxy sponging nail art and then use this Kelly Marissa plate to stamp like these on there, because I really like those, but we'll just go with the kit. I pulled out my nail art and stamping stuff boxes, which have not been unpacked since we moved in a year ago, if that tells you where I am with nail art. And I pulled out this black Conad stamping polish, which is ancient. Most of the stuff that I'm using that didn't just come from Maniology is ancient. You guys, I'm so nervous. Okay, so I'm gonna go for this little guy here. And I think I'll just do this, right? Yes? Too much? I watched a couple videos, but I don't have a lot of confidence. Oh look, it's my face. Here we go. So we're gonna scrape. Okay, see? Mess. Oh, I didn't even open, son of a, I didn't take the stamper out of the plastic. I got ahead of myself. Okay, here's our clear stamper. I don't know if that's gonna pick up. Yeah, that didn't pick up. That was they're way too long. Okay, well, here we go. So the question is, do I just polish again and scrape again, or does it have to be cleaned off? I'm just gonna polish and scrape again, I think. Everything I do is a disaster. Okay, I guess I'm just gonna do this again. but I feel like this is not right. Where's my card? Oh my gosh. Okay, pick it up, nothing. I cleaned it up with my cleanup brush. We're gonna try this again. Okay, we got it. I think it was just that I didn't clean the plate off before I tried again, which should have been real obvious. Please don't laugh at me if you know what you're doing. I don't understand what I'm doing here. Okay, so now I've got this, and it came up pretty clean. I'm gonna set this here, and I'm gonna fill it in with some colors. So I'm going to use Soft Sage. This is one of the polishes that came in the bundle. The other polish that this comes with is called Monarch Dream. It's this light purple shade, but I don't think I'm gonna use this. I'm gonna use Exotic Birds Do Not Tweet from OPI for the center of the flower, and then I'm going to do the petals in Love Yourself to Pieces from Essie. I also don't like some of this little extra stuff that's going on, so I'm going to try to remove that without messing up the flower. And there's already cat hair on it, so this is gonna go really well. This is actually a lot easier than I thought. Picking these up is going way better than I anticipated. Okay, I zoomed you in where you probably should have been the whole time, to be honest, and I have this little teeny tiny nail art brush from OPI that I don't know where this came from, and there's a little dotting tool on the other end. So the videos that I've seen, people have used the dotting tool and they've used a little brush. I don't really know which one I'm gonna like. I grabbed this. Not only was it the first small brush that I found in the box of unpacked nail art stuff, but it has both, so we'll see. So just off camera, I just have a little piece of cardboard that has my polished dots on it. Actually, I think I might try the dotting tool first. I thought I would want to do the brush, but the dotting tool seems a little more reliable. This is actually a lot harder than I thought because this is so small. Center of the flower, looking okay. I'm gonna get this Essie polish for the petals. We're gonna try this. Oof, that was my knee. Petals. Here's the thing. I am an adult woman and I still, like, when I color with my nieces, well, I guess it's been a long time since I've colored with my nieces because the last one is about to turn 13. But I was never really like that good at staying in the lines. So, and this is way more delicate work than coloring in a coloring book meant for children. The dotting tool is like, okay, definitely went outside the line that time. The dotting tool is really easy. I don't know if the brush would be easier, but at this point I'm afraid to try something else because this is kind of working. I am gonna be so excited if this works. And at this point I'm a little overconfident because I don't see why it wouldn't work, which is probably not a good attitude to go in with. I also don't know how I'm gonna feel about this on a white base. I feel like maybe I should have done a different color on my nails, but I don't know. I almost put a camera on my face for this, and now I am hunched so far over my desk. I'm really glad that I didn't. Was that out of focus the entire time? Son of a... Okay, now that I'm done, and it's probably been out of focus the entire time, this is what it looks like because I forgot to lock the focus, so I apologize. So this is it. I guess this has to dry a little bit. I was really confused about how long I should leave this to dry, but we're just gonna set this aside. For now, I have Orly Bonder. So I found a couple of videos that mentioned adding a sticky layer back to the polish before you try to put a reverse stamp on. I found one that said to use a nail, like a foil glue, which I did dig a foil glue out of my nail art drawer, but it's very old and I'm not like super confident in this just because of how long it's been sitting. Other videos that I saw used Orly Bonder because this has kind of a weird, you know, tacky, sticky finish to it. I was a little hesitant about this because it is tinted and my base color is white, but one of the videos that I saw, they put it over, I think it was a white or a very light color, and it didn't seem to change it too much. So we'll see how this goes over the white. I'm a little nervous about it. So I'm gonna use the nail that has the most real estate, which is gonna be my middle finger here. And I'm going to put a layer of Orly Bonder over it. There's a little bit of a color change there, but not as much as I was expecting. And I guess I'm gonna let that sit for like 30 seconds or so. And then I'm just gonna try to put this little guy on my nails. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna be so excited if this actually works. And this is also a really small flower for such a giant nail, but I just wanna make sure that I have room. Son of a, oh, I just dropped it on the carpet. I dropped the stamper on the carpet and I didn't vacuum and it's full of cat hair. So now I'm gonna pick all the cat hair off with these tweezers, So that'll be an additional step. Oh my gosh. I think I pulled the cat hair that was actually like on the sticker off. And now I'm just gonna try to get the rest off with tape. What a freaking disaster. Okay, now I'm just gonna hurry up and stamp this before I mess it up anymore. I'm gonna think I want it facing, can I just do it? Should I do it in the center? Should I do it like, let's do it like off on the corner? I have to use the viewfinder to line it up because I really can't see at this angle. I'm gonna put it here. I'm gonna put it here. And I saw one video where they like let it sit for a second just to make sure that it's stuck. And then we pull it up slowly. I'm so excited that this worked. I can't believe that this has been such like if it can go wrong, it will go wrong thing, and it still turned out good. Oh my gosh, I'm super pumped. Okay, so I definitely stamped some cat hair in there from dropping the stamper sticky side down on the unvacuumed carpet. So that's in there. You can't really see it in the camera, so that's good. This turned out really, really good. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Let's do another one. I definitely feel like I should have done some kind of accent color somewhere on my nails. I don't really think I want to stamp every single one of them over white, but here we are. Let's go. Okay, let's do this little branch thing, and I'll run that up my ring finger, but I'm gonna get a different shade of green for this. I feel like this needs to be a darker green. I'm actually gonna try using Essie's Pretty Edgy for this, which is just the first like kind of this green shade that I found when I was opening up my drawers really quickly. Stamper, scraper, polish, ready to go. Okay, that actually came up really well. So I'm going to take Essie's Pretty Edgy and start filling that in with that dotting tool. Oh, we did lose a little leaf, little side of the leaf there. I just looked at my plate and I only lost it because I didn't actually put polish over it. So that's my bad. This has a lot of empty space in it between the leaves where the flower didn't really have empty space. I'm finding this is a lot harder to do this neatly. Oh, that was a lot. Oh boy, yep, that was too much. Yeah, okay, now we goofed. I wonder if I can take this off with the brush. Can I just, that's not gonna work. That didn't work. All right, this one's not gonna be the best. All right, that top part's just a big old blob, but what are you gonna do? I actually think it's gonna look, okay, I don't know. It might be okay. Okay, I'm gonna let that dry for a second, and then I'm going to put our bonder on my ring finger. I'm gonna try not to drop that stamper on the floor this time. Oh my gosh, oh my God. I just dropped it on my cardboard, and it stamped it almost perfectly onto the cardboard. And we have this little tiny, this is what we're stamping on because that's what's left. Oh my gosh. Can you believe that I carry a baby up and down the stairs several times a day and we're all okay so far? Okay, since this is so small, I'm going to put it down in the corner of my nail. I also just stuck my arm in my blob of Pretty Edgy. So this is really going pretty much exactly how I pictured. Okay, so now that's on my nail. It's not at all what I wanted that to look like. Maniology also sent me this like hilarious pineapple cotton ball claw, and I'm actually going to use this now because I have to get the Essie Pretty Edgy off of my arm and I don't want to mess up my white. This just grabs a cotton ball so you can use it without having to touch it with your fingers. At this point, I am at a loss because I really don't like this at all. So I think I'm going to do one more on my thumb, and then I'm going to take the white off of my pinky and pointer finger and then paint those the coral and the pink that are in this other flower. I want to do a more full coverage one. I want to give that a shot. So I think I will go with this one here, these butterflies. And then I don't know what I'm going to do with this. I think I'm just going to have to leave this. So I think for this I will use the Maniology purple, which is Monarch Dreams. And then what other colors are butterflies? Let's do this blue from Essie. This is Flair for Fun from the Movin' and Groovin' collection. It's just right next to me. So yeah, let's do that one too. And then I'll try to do this flower in the same colors that I did this flower. So honestly, for my first time doing this, I'm pretty happy with how it's going. I know it's like slightly disastrous because I keep dropping everything, but it's actually, honestly, it wasn't sure if I was gonna get it to turn out at all. So I'm pretty happy. I should have probably done those petals first and then done the center, but what are you gonna do? I'm screwing this up and I can tell that I'm screwing this up. I'm like not putting enough polish on here and my dotting tool is pulling the lines back up in a couple spots. If I flip it over, I feel like you can't really tell. I should not be just manhandling this after how many times I've dropped it. I'm also having a little bit of a hard time like telling where I am and what I'm doing on this image because it is a little busy. So down in this corner, there's a little butterfly and it's kind of like intersecting the leaves and I don't know what I'm supposed to do there. I think he's over top of the leaf. That's what he is now. I missed the top of this leaf when I transferred it also. There's, okay, these little teeny tiny flower things right here. I want some green in there, but they're so small. I'm so scared. Okay, well, that probably just ruined it. It's just 2 big dots. They were way too small for me to get in there. All right, let's hope for the best here. I'm actually thinking, like, do I want to try to put this over my ring finger and cover up whatever that is? Because I feel like I could position this and get the butterfly right over top of that spot. I don't know if I can do it on camera though. That's what I'm gonna do because I can't look at that. And I have to take a picture for the thumbnail and I definitely don't want that just sitting there. All right, we're gonna try to fix our huge mistake here. Oh, that's not lined up. You know what? That's not that bad though. So I did not get that. I feel like it could have been centered a little bit better, but that butterfly did completely cover up that mistake. I can live with this. I'm happy with this. And now I get to try out this cleanup brush from Maniology because I am in desperate need of a new cleanup brush. I'm not sure if I should try to like sever that with my tweezers first and then clean up what's left, or if I should just go right in with acetone. Pull that off. All right, now we're gonna clean it up. So this is an angled brush, an angled cleanup brush, which I have not used for cleaning up before. This is actually working really well, but I think I'm gonna have to pull it off camera and look at it at a slightly different angle to get it as clean as possible. You know what? I am pleased, I think, actually. Like, I'm really happy with how that turned out. My mistake got fixed. All is well. So I'm going to add something to my thumb just for funsies, but first I will go over the top coat. So I have this Maniology smudge-free top coat. This is supposed to be good for stamping. My understanding is that you need a slightly different top coat to go over these designs so that you don't smudge the black. So I'm gonna go over with this. Try not to push too hard or swipe too many times. And then after that's on, I'm gonna go back over with a quick dry top coat. This is the one I'm curious to see how it goes. And yeah, it's looking pretty good actually, no smudges at all. Oh, little too much. It's thinner than I'm used to using top coat wise. So I definitely flooded my nail with that. I'm gonna give that just like a couple seconds to dry. And then I'm gonna go over with my quick dry, which is the KB Shimmer Clearly on Top. Hopefully I gave this enough time. So I'm gonna put my quick dry top coat on. I am going to add a design to my thumb and then I'm going to change the color on my pointer finger and my pinky finger because I don't think I want like every single nail stamped. And then I will be back and we'll see how it looks. Okay, so this is kind of what we're working with. I have to do like a little bit more cleaning up in cuticle oil and stuff before I take a final photo. So I ended up using that leaf design that was meant for my ring finger on my thumb and kind of stuck it on the side. I totally did not let my bonder, coat of Orly Bonder, dry all the way first, so it kind of like squished everything off to the side. Once I got the top coat on, it's a little bit harder to tell, but kind of maybe tell that there's a little something weird going on there. So that's what we ended up with. I'm fairly happy with it. So I'm gonna gather my thoughts a little bit and then talk to you guys in the outro. Overall, I'm actually really happy with how this turned out. First of all, I was not expecting my own clumsiness to cause such a disaster, but I also wasn't expecting it to turn out good. So the fact that we could combine those things and it still worked out is awesome. So a couple things I would have done differently. After watching some more videos after I did this, I definitely didn't need to cover the entire image with stamping polish, which I've learned, because obviously you're scraping it, so you're like pushing the excess polish into the image. So that was something that I would do differently. I think I would probably choose a different base color for my nails than white. In my mind, white just made the most sense, but now that I look back on it, I think I probably would have done something different. And obviously I needed a lot more room on my desk than I actually thought I was going to need, because I was like sticking my arm in polish and knocking things on the floor and everything was crazy. So definitely needed to spread out a little bit more. But granted, I was also filming it, so the camera and that whole space took up a lot of area on my desk as well. But that is my reverse stamping nail art attempt. Other than not lining that last image up on my ring finger very well, like having that white space in the side, I'm very pleased with how it looked. I actually saw a really cool nail art with Maniology plate and stamping polish on Instagram a couple of days ago, and I really want to try to recreate that one, so I might recreate that for a video as well. We'll see. So I will link the stamping starter kit and all the other products that I talked about and showed in this video in the description box. And again, you can get 10% off with my code, which is just JESSFACE, which is an affiliate code. So I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I will talk to you later.